What's going on YouTube? Super Insane 18 here, and it is Saturday night, which is not a time that I normally record, but we did just take second at a 42-person tournament, the Back to Duel event, hosted at my local game store, and this is our prizing. We got some OTS packs, we got some packs of the Legendary Duelist. Sadly, the mat only went to first place, but we did get the Field Center, and we played P.U.N.K Therion, so let's show you guys the deck list. Alright, so this was my first time playing the deck at an actual tournament. I did test and stuff when I was at home with friends, but I mean, that's not really playing. But I did pretty well, so let me show you guys what we have. The deck is very similar to the list that Crush Cards put out last week, so I just want to give them a quick shout out because it was the base for this. There are some changes, but let's show you guys what we got. We are playing 3 copy of Zayamin. This is just standard, you need this is your starter. Then we have the 1 copy of Deer Note. We are playing 3 of the Foxy Tune as well as 3 of the Ogre Dance. I think that both are mandatory at 3. During testing, 2 and 2 or 3 and 2 or whatever, like the ratio, it didn't work unless it was 3 of each. Having the consistency of having 3 of each is just super important in my opinion. Then onto the Therions, we have 1 Therion Bull and 1 Therion Reaper. These are just the best ones that you can play that aren't like the Lily and the Regulus. So we are on 2 copies of Lily and 2 copies of King Regulus. Now, I know a lot of people play 3 of the Lily, but I'm going to be 100% honest. Even this felt like too many Therions. A lot of my game 2s, I ended up losing because I just had a handful of Therions and no way to put any of them in grave. So, I mean, I feel like this ratio is perfect, even though I opened too many most of the games that I played, just because you really can't play less, otherwise you're not really playing Therion. But I wouldn't bump up the Lily to 3. Then we have our 1 copy of Jet Synchron, mandatory for the combo. We are playing 1 copy of Snow and 1 copy of Token Collector. These are kind of the cheeky options that you can mill off of like your Chaotic Magical Ruler or your Zombie Vampire. Snow came in clutch a lot, but honestly Token Collector sucked. I'm definitely not playing this in the main deck going forward. Like, maybe it was just my matchups that I only saw 1 Brave and I didn't see any Sword Soul, so maybe that was it, but I mean, I sided it out every game, it just really wasn't worth it. Then onto the hand traps, we have 2 copies of Effect Veiler, definitely considering bumping that to 3. We have our 3 Gamma, and of course the 1 brick that you have to play with the Gamma. We are playing the 1 copy of Ghost Ogre, just because we're playing 3 E-Telly, so like, worst case scenario, the E-Telly comes up as like another interruption. Then we have our 3 copies of Ash Blossom, and that is it for the monsters. Onto the spells, we are playing Foolish Burial and Charge as our only one-ofs. I do want to play Called by the Grave, I just didn't really have the room. I'm already at 42 cards, so moving forward, I'm actually probably just going to cut the Token Collector for the Called by the Grave. Then we have 3 copies of Emergency Teleport. This is just an insane card. Absolutely probably should get banned. The fact that they brought it back to 3 is just ridiculous. We have 3 Endless Engine Aggro Systems. I feel like this is mandatory at 3, not just to send your Therions, which is very important because, like I said, I had too many hands where I just had a handful of Therions and no way to summon them. But also, against like those Mind Stall decks, this lets you go infinite and never deck out, meaning that like your opponent's just not going to win. If they want to try doing that Mind tactic, they're just not going to be able to do it. Then we have 3 Disc Coliseum. This card is absolutely insane. I would never play less than this. Anytime I was able to use this card, it was pretty much just game. And then the last 2 cards, we have 2 Infinite Impermanence. Again, might bump it to 3, same kind of thought process with the Effect Veiler. It just didn't really come up too much at 2, but I mean, it did come clutch a couple of times, so that's the main deck. Let's show you guys the extra. Now, moving on to the extra, we are playing the 1 copy of Formula Synchron. This is mandatory for the combo. We have the 1 copy of Shooting Riser Dragon. If I cut the Token Collector, I'm cutting this. Honestly, this never came up, so I don't know. I don't ever feel like there's a moment where I'm going to Hulk into this over this. If I have the option to Hulk, it's more often than not going to be the Formula Synchron. Then we have our 1 Chaotic Magical Ruler. Insane card, milling 5, adding 1, just absolutely busted. We have our Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. This actually won me quite a few games just because like when you set it up with the Hulk and this as well, you can negate something that they're doing and then on resolution use the Hulk and just full combo. Into our 10s, we have the Baron and the Chenying. I definitely slept on Chenying. It was a card that I didn't think was really too important, but later games when things just start getting banished like crazy, I made this thing go up to like 6,300, and it won me a game. So, honestly, the most slept on card, though, is the Psychic End Punisher. I completely discredited this card. I was playing it, I was like, okay, yeah, I see the usefulness of it, but I didn't really think it was that good. I honestly made this more than the Hot Red King Calamity just because, like, first off, if they stop you, it's just like you can't make the Calamity anyway because they can make it miss timing. And this, but like this being unaffected and just being able to banish, but like this thing's insane. Like honestly, the MVP of the entire deck. And then the Hot Red King Calamity, again, this can miss timing, so like if your opponent has any way of interrupting the Formula Synchron and forcing you to chain it, this is going to miss timing, so like you're going to want to go into either the Baron or the Psychic End Punisher 9 times out of 10. So cool little win con if you can do it, but honestly I won most of my games off the End Punisher. Then we have our Zombie Vampire, just part of the combo. This is what helps you mill more cards, so between Chaotic and this you mill 9 cards for your combo. Then we have Hulk, Lambda, and Lena the Light Charmer. This is kind of just a way to kind of brute force your way into access code if you need to after you've already used your Hulk, because most decks are going to have a light, whether it's like Effect Veiler or Ogre or just whatever they're playing as their actual deck. So being able to be a spellcaster, go into Selene, and then just like access code combo really helps. Then we have our Nightmare Unicorn, our Selene for the Lena, and access code to end it off, and that's going to be the deck. Alright guys, and normally I don't do a side deck, I post it on my Patreon, but I am going to show you guys the side deck because honestly it's hilarious. It's not even 15 cards, I threw it together at the event, and it's just honestly hilarious. So I threw in one Naturia Rose Whip to summon off of the Hulk. There are a lot of really good striker players at my locals, so I expected to at least run into one of them, but funny enough, they both just kind of didn't do good today, which is odd for them. So I definitely wanted to respect it, and the Rose Whip was in there, but it really didn't come up. Then we have the Necro World Banshee paired with the double Zombie World. This was for Flu because you're milling 9 cards in your combo. If you mill this, then like you kind of just auto win against the Fluandries matchup, and being a Fluandries player, I have to respect that deck. I think the deck's incredible. We have the second token collector because we didn't have a third, funny enough. I let a friend borrow it, so I had to... These are my... Like, half of this side deck is my wife's cards because I let people borrow my cards, and then I was like, well, wait, I don't have... There she is. I was like, wait, I don't have a side deck, so I threw together what I had, and it's just kind of funny, which is why we only have 2 Twin Twisters because I didn't have her third one on me. Then we have our 3 Dark Ruler No More and the 3 D-Barriers, and again, that is only 13 cards. Honestly, like, moving forward, I'm probably not going to play the Rose Whip. I definitely want to play Evenly because the interaction with Evenly Dark Ruler into, like, anything Brave is insane. And definitely a third Twin Twister, but yeah, there you guys have it. Alright guys, and we are doing something a little bit different today. We are actually going to open our prize packs. My wife wanted to help, but she didn't want to be on camera because it's been a long day, and you know how women are. So let's go ahead and open these. I'm going to save the... Don't glare at me. I'm going to save the OTS for last and open up the Legendary Duelist. You can open whatever you want, but make sure to keep it like right here. Alright, let's see if we can pull anything cool. Alright, so nothing there. She got an Ultra, though. What is that? You got the Mega Fortress Whale. So, that's pretty neat. Then let's keep going. Alright. Up, we got 2 Ultras. This is a 7th Ascension. I don't even know what that is. Nothing out of her second pack. But, I mean, 2 Ultras out of a set where nothing's guaranteed is, pretty good so far. Nothing out of is literally every... Okay, all but 1 card in this pack is a Marincess card. She's got nothing out of her pack. We're both on our last Legendary Duelist pack here. We got, what, 8 of those?
Yeah.
So, nothing out of my last pack. We got a super out of hers, the Crystal Shark, and nothing else. But, I mean, 2 Ultras out of... like I said, a set that's not guaranteed is pretty good. So now we've got 3 OTSs to open. Let's see if we can get an ulti on camera. Oh! Let me see if the camera is in focus. Pulling an ulti Albaz. Look at that. Okay. Awesome. She got a Caius as her super. I do have one more OTS, so let's see if we can get incredibly lucky. Don't want to damage it if it is an ulti. Nope, okay, so we did get an ulti though, so I can't really be upset. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the deck profile and the little mini pack opening. You guys know the deal. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, share with your friends. Maybe consider supporting me on Patreon, where for just $1 you can support the channel in a way that I could never tell you how much I fully appreciate it. And once more, if you do want to help me on my trip to Nationals, both my PayPal and my Cash App will be on screen. Any donations are welcome, but please do not feel pressured. I do love all of my viewers and subscribers, no matter whether or not they're able to donate. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.